So now we have seen that how we can calculate highest common factor of prime numbers, and we will apply similar method. Similar steps will be followed to find highest common factor of co-prime numbers. Now, those of you who haven't watched video on highest common factor of prime numbers, then please do it before watching this video tutorial. Okay. Now, let's take two numbers. Let's say we have 8 and 9. Now, if it's asked to find the highest common factor or the greatest common divisor of 8 and 9, then how will you calculate it? So you'll simply go with the method that we follow, that of prime factorization. So you'll start prime factorizing 8. This will be 2, then this will come 4 here, then this will be 2 here, and then 1. So by the least prime number, that is 2, we came to the quotient 1. Now for 9, so 9 is obviously divisible by 3, so quotient will be 3, and then again 1. So the prime factorization of 8 will be 2 times 2 times 2. This is the prime factorization of 8, and the prime factorization of 9 is 3 times 3. Now, after writing the prime factorization of 8 and after writing the prime factorization of 9, when you look at these two prime factorizations, you will say that, hey, we don't have any common prime factors. Okay, here we have only 2 and here we have only 3. Therefore, you'll quickly say that, hey, highest common factor will be 0, or someone will say, hey, it will not exist because we don't have any common prime factors here. But that's wrong, because you know that if there are two numbers and if they don't have any common factors other than 1, right, you know that 1 is factor of each and every number. 1 is factor of each and every number. So in this case, 1 is factor of 8 and 1 will be factor of 9, right? Because we can write 8 as 1 times 8, therefore 1 will be the factor, and we can write 9 as 1 times 9, and 1 will be the factor of 9 also. So 1 is the factor of every number. So if you ever encounter any such situation where after doing or after finding the prime factorization, you don't get any common prime factors, like in this case, here you have only 2 and here you have only 3. There are no common prime factors in these two. So you will say that, hey, SCF is either not possible, or you will say SCF is 0. But you know that all those numbers who have no common factors other than 1, when 1 is the only common factor of any given number, then those numbers are co-prime numbers. So here 8 and 9 are co-prime numbers because they have only one common factor, and that is 1. So since 1 is the only common factor of 8 and 9, because 8 and 9 are co-prime numbers, therefore 1 will be the highest common factor of these two co-prime numbers. It's just similar to what we saw here in the case of prime numbers. In the case of prime numbers, we were not able to write prime factorization of these 3 prime numbers because these were prime numbers, right? Here we can write the prime factorization of these two numbers, but we don't have any common factor in this one other than 1 itself. So 1 will be the highest common factor.